thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Mike Tellerino. I am the CEO of K9 for Veterans. K9 for Veterans is a 501c3 which provides service dogs to our veterans that have PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and also military sexual trauma. We do this by raising funds to provide these service dogs to our veterans, which really enhances their life. It really truly does. Our organization relies on contributions, donations from private parties, organizations. We can't do this without the help of the public and organizations. Tonight we have our guest with us. We have Lindsey, Paulus, and John O'Connor. Am I saying it correct?
Close enough.
Okay.
Yep.
Why don't Sarah, Lindsey, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I live in LaGrange, Illinois, where the subject is that we're going to talk about tonight.
Right.
The pet parade. And I'm a realtor at Properties. And I've been living in the community since I grew up in Well, I actually grew up in Western Springs, which is right next door to LaGrange. Okay. So, yeah.
Awesome. John?
Dr. John O'Connell. I am a dentist in Hinsdale, which is right outside of LaGrange. I've spent most of my life in the LaGrange area and grew up and experience with the family that organized it and ran it for years. And past few years, I've helped out a little bit on this committee. So we're happy to be here tonight and talk a little bit about it.
Well, John and Lindsey, I mean, why don't you tell people how this thing all got started? Because I think people are really curious who haven't heard of LaGrange, and I'm sure there isn't many that haven't heard of it because it's an awesome parade. Why don't you tell us how it all started?
Well, back in 1940, 73 years ago, because this is going to be our 73rd parade. Wow. John did the math earlier. What is that?
Good. Yeah.
1940.
1946.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. There was a man in the community. His name was Ed Breen, and him and maybe a couple of his buddies decided that it might be a good idea to get something going for the community that would really involve the kids and just be a nice thing for the town. And so he started this pet parade, and it started out very small, and it's just been growing and growing over the last 73 years and into what it is today.
Wow.
Which is a pretty big deal. What did I miss?
It's perfect.
Okay.
Covered it up.
73 years.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
It started out just kids. Mr. Breen said, there's a lot of parades. Everybody has parades, but nobody has one just for kids. And so he said, let's try that out. And then kids would show up, with their dogs, with carrying in their cat, and even carrying their goldfish. In a bowl. Yeah, like that. And then since then, it's just grown.
So it's really a community type
of... Oh, it's totally. It's very Mayberry. Very Mayberry.
That's great.
Very Americana.
Have you always been, growing up, were you a part of this? I mean, did you go out there and actually participate in it? What did you do with it?
Well, John and I both grew up in the area, so we did go to the parade when we were younger, and I would always get excited when actually my parents said, "All right, we're going to the pet parade," and it was like, this is fantastic. I did have a year where I was in the parade when I was growing up, and that was in 5th grade. So all the grade schools in the community, they have a king and queen of the pet parade. So I got to, in 5th grade,
I was just going to ask you about that.
Represent my school for that, which was pretty cool. That was like big honor.
You were the queen of the parade.
Well, just represented my school as the queen of the parade.
Being a queen.
But we can say the queen of the parade, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, John?
Well, I have to get it out there and say I was runner-up to Mike Geiler in 5th grade for the king. I've never gotten over it. So, Mike, there's a shout-out for you.
Tell me, John and Lindsey, tell me the importance of this to the community. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people, and they said they've been to a lot of different parades, but the LaGrange Pet Parade is actually so well organized and run.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah, like the big ones you'd see downtown Chicago. You know,
Yeah.
How does that happen? I mean, you guys put a lot of effort into this.
Well, there are a lot of people involved, and I had mentioned Ed Breen, who started it. Well, his son, Bob Breen, and Bob's wife, Susan, have really been championing this parade since Ed passed away. And we have 3 different committees that run the parade. We've got the committee that actually puts on the parade, then we've got a charitable organization for the parade, and then a fundraising
So it
portion
takes
as
a
well.
lot to put this together.
It
And,
does.
and all year, you were saying, when we talked earlier, you were saying that
Yeah.
it takes a full year and a substantial amount of money to put this on and make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, we're, the fundraising portion is definitely a combination of things. So there's raffle ticket sales, there's sponsorships from the community and businesses in the community, and then probably the most recent part of it is that we do throw a nice event, like a big party every year. So that has been, or I should say most years, where there's a big party. And that also raises a great chunk of money to put on the parade, because it costs a chunk of money.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
You know, when I got a call, I guess, that you were interested in sponsoring a service dog for our organization, K9. And I went and met with your group, and I met John, and I think you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Right. And
I guess it wasn't very memorable.
not at all.
You should have seen me in the parade back in
Yes,
the
right,
parade. You would have
yeah.
remembered
Back in
it.
the day,
I would have remembered you.
Yes.
And we sat and talked about what it is to sponsor service dog and the costs that are involved, and you got your organization was just like willing to help us and stuff like that, and it's because of organizations like yours that allow us to support another veteran that we couldn't do unless we were getting the support from you. So it's truly a gift. I mean, as you know, these service dogs don't come cheap. They cost a lot of money to train, and so we provide the food and medical for the life of the dog. But an organization like yours, what you're doing already for the community and all the people you're helping, to come out and step up to the plate and help a veterans organization like ours, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. It just doesn't happen every day. So we were so excited about our partnership with the service dog, that it was just truly a gift. And
Well, we were excited that you came, and that John, I think, found your organization, and that it really fits perfectly what the Pet Parade Charities is all about, which, we want to promote. The parade is great, but the charitable organization is about, showing the value of animals in people's lives, and promoting the health and care of animals in like the whole Chicago area. So.
I think we have the best of both worlds. We get to save a dog, and we help a veteran. For us, it just doesn't get any better than that. But funding, like for us, is our biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
So when we have the help that we got from your organization to provide a service dog for that veteran, and again, that allows us to go out and support another veteran. So it's through your generosity of what you're doing to help our veterans that it was just, I was shocked, I really was. It just doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
So I just, want to thank your organization for, and when I told our veteran that he was being sponsored, he was like, wow.
Yeah.
He thought it was just so cool, and he's looking forward to meeting with you.
We're excited to meet
Yeah,
him.
so it's gonna be good.
And we're hoping that he'll be in the parade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, definitely.
So-
Oh, without a doubt, you can count, I already told him that, and he
Okay.
said, count him in for anything, to show his appreciation for what you guys are doing for him. He's willing to step up to the plate and do anything. I've got a video they've asked me to show, so let we do that. Why don't I go to the webcam, which you can see right in front of us, and maybe you can explain what we're seeing.
Is that the car you were on, Lindsey?
Yeah, that's the Queen car?
That was me. No, these are just some really, these are just classic photos. Before my time, but
Before your time?
but they just show kind of a historic progression of what the parade.
That was that.
I
It looks
believe
like Walt Disney, but
it does look like Walt
Yeah, it
Disney.
did. Let's
Could
go.
that have been
these
that?
are probably some of the grand marshals that
Really?
have gone through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had some big celebrities
Oh
up
yeah,
there.
back in the day.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah, we don't have a grand marshal, I don't think,
I was gonna ask,
chosen.
that was my next question.
Yeah, I beat you
So
to
Mike,
it.
you're in the running. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Thank you. How cute though.
There used to be a big bike group of bikers.
Yeah.
That used to be a really big part of the parade. John, right? Were you in it?
Yeah, the kids. As a kid, you'd take the old baseball cards with the clothespin.
Oh,
Remember
with the
that?
clothespin.
And you
Oh,
put it
yeah.
on and I go, "Bup, bup, bup, bup."
No, John, I don't remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm much older.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there used to be just tons of kids. That was half the fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And now the families come out and kids are probably watching the parade maybe more than they were participating in the parade. You
There's
know?
Mr. Breen.
Oh, that's Mr.
That's Mr.
Breen.
Breen.
Okay.
How many people would you say attend the parade? Do you have any idea?
You know, we've talked about that, but I don't think we've ever gotten a good count of how many people actually
What's it?
attend.
How many groups though?
But there's about 116, last year for the 72nd parade, there were 116 groups that
Different
went,
groups.
that
Wow. That's a big
walked in the
parade.
parade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
And you
big
said,
parade.
when we were talking earlier, you said a couple, what, 2-3 hours for
Yeah,
the
it starts at 9 in the morning,
Yeah.
yep, and it goes till about 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Am I gonna see you on a float here? Come on, Liz.
I should have dug through the old
Yeah,
photos.
yeah, right.
And I think that right there on the right
Oh,
there
there's-
is Bob Breen.
Okay, Clydesdale, however. So
Yeah.
you had there was a lot of people in this thing. A lot of
Yeah.
big-
There used to be a costume part of the
Look at the
parade as
people
well.
lined up. Now that's it goes through downtown LaGrange, right?
Yeah. I don't quite know how long the route is, but it is, I don't know, probably about what, 10 blocks put together, maybe less. But yeah, it goes through downtown LaGrange and then along the train tracks and ends at the high school.
Look at this one.
Yep.
So you're right, it's for the kids, right? Primarily, it's.
Yeah, it's all about that.
Yep. it is.
Now, do you have adoption groups in the parade too? You know, like
Adoption
rescues,
groups? Oh,
their dogs and stuff?
you know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember
You know,
that.
Part of being in the parade is that you don't get to watch the parade.
Yeah, been there and done that, I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
this is really cool.
but every year the parade, you know, it sort of changes from year to year, and the kind of the different, you know, acts and groups that go through it change, and but it is it's a day for the community to come out and just like love being part of that community.
You know, it really looks like an awesome event, and like I said, to have an event that takes all year to plan. I mean, that's a big undertaking.
for
It
2
really
or 3
is.
hours.
Yeah, for 2 or 3 hours.
But it's not 2 or 3 hours because the whole day is dedicated to this parade.
Right.
And the parties that ensue afterwards are so much
Because it
fun.
never rains on the pet parade.
It never rains on
Yeah.
the pepper. Remember that?
Yeah.
Is the town of LaGrange actively involved in this?
Absolutely.
Are they?
Yes.
I mean, they actively participate in
Yeah.
helping to promote this.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and so LaGrange Business Association.
Yeah. The LaGrange.
They've helped with that. But then also they've organized a carnival at the same day then too. So it really is the whole town.
Really?
Yeah, and so once the parade's over, then all the kiddies head over to the carnival then too for the weekend.
Lindsay, what's the biggest thing that turns you on the most about the parade? Personally,
Yeah.
what do you like most about it?
I love that the parade is so, it feels like historic and unique to the town and community we live in, and it's like makes me really proud to be part of
Right.
the town. part of LaGrange, but LaGrange, Western Springs, LaGrange Park, Brookfield, all the towns around LaGrange really kind of rally, and even further out. People travel to come and see this big parade.
Oh, I bet.
It just makes me really proud to be part of the town. I just love it. It's incredible that they put it out. And the pet parade is separate from the town of LaGrange. You know, they're a separate entity making their own decisions and doing funding, fundraising on their own. And so it's really an impressive, I love being part of it. It's super cool.
Okay, it says we'd like to thank LTTV for creating the video, and so just big thank you out there.
Thanks,
for them.
LTTV.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for putting the video
Thank
together.
you,
job.
LTV.
It's awesome. John, what do you like best about the parade?
You know, I mentioned it
What motivates
earlier,
you?
but there's not a lot of towns that really have a Mayberry feel to it, a Mayberry
Right.
moment. And LaGrange is really one of those communities. And
It's a very warm community.
yeah, some of my staff who are new to living in the area, I said, you have to, or that have little kids, I said, you have to go to the, have to go to the pet parade. They go, what? Do I have to have a pet? I go, no, just go and
Just
you
come out and
watch it.
enjoy it.
And now she's just like, I can't work on that day. You know, I mean, that's it. You know, like that. It's on their
When you
calendar.
say they
Yeah.
camp out, they start putting their blankets out at
Oh yeah, they stake out their spot.
7:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Earlier.
Right.
So, and I asked you earlier, but you really didn't have a number about the people that attend. I mean, it's huge, but you never got really a number of.
Well, we've got big sidewalks, and they're some
Yeah.
some of the
Well, just
are
from
jammed.
just from
Yeah,
the video
sure.
we were seeing, it was packed.
Oh, you could be 10 deep.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no clue who the Grand Marshal's going to be. Can I get a sneak
They
preview?
see-
And a little blurb
Sorry.
out there.
I know.
No, we're keeping that pretty close.
It's
to the
like
vest.
Game of Thrones. We can't. You
We're
can't get
keeping
any
it
information on that.
Pretty close to the vest.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping I could get like an exclusive.
Yeah.
I know we're not Fox News, but.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, getting back to K9 for Veterans.
Yeah.
And it was just, I mean, when I got John's call, I was just like taken back, going, wow. I mean, it's awesome, it really was. Why did you choose K9? I know we talked about it because of the service dogs. Do you do this with other organizations as well? I mean, I know that Pet Parade is your main event, but now you guys are also donating money to other charities. That's what I find so amazing. It's that you're not only doing it to promote the Pet Parade, but you're actually now providing money to other organizations like K9. And that's what I found. I thought, well, this is really cool. I mean, this organization is really doing something that's really different, and we were just taken back by it.
Well, we were really impressed with your organization, and it totally fits what our mission is in the Pet Parade Charities, which is to promote awareness of the value of animals in people's lives, and it seems that's exactly what you're doing.
These service dogs, I'll tell you, Lindsey, they make such a difference in these veterans' life. PTSD is never gonna. These service dogs are never gonna cure PTSD. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's gonna make getting through that day so much easier for these veterans with service dogs. It gives them a purpose. They bond together. The bond between the dog and the veteran. I mean, it's amazing to see the transformation from when they first come in and get their service dog to when they've been together 2 or 3 months, and you couldn't separate them for anything. I mean, it's just an amazing gift what these dogs could do, and to be able to save a dog and give it to a veteran and help them through the day. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah.
It truly doesn't.
Yeah.
Do either one of you two have any military background or families within the military?
My dad was in the Navy.
Okay, good for Dad.
Yeah, he was a cook though.
That's okay.
I mean,
there's
yeah.
a purpose for everybody. Not everybody could be, General Patton.
right.
That's good. So you do have a background with your father in the Navy. John?
Yeah, my dad was in the Army and the Navy. Army, World War II, and then he had just gotten out of dental school, and they had what they called the doctor's draft, and then they said, "You're coming back to war." And then so he was in Korea. He was in a MASH unit.
He was in MASH unit.
Yeah, as a dentist in there.
So when I watched 4077 MASH.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. We looked at, I guess there's another video they wanted me to look at.
Okay.
So let's look at that.
Let's check it out.
And let's see if
Oh, it's our website.
it's a website, okay.
So some people want to support the pet parade, and they can always go to the LaGrangePetParade.org.
Okay.
I think if you have that website.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, a great way to support the pet parade is to get onto that website, and, you know, when we're having our events, you can get tickets from that website, or if
Make
you
a
just want to
donation.
donate, exactly, you can go to the website, and so that's a great spot. And we also, the pet parade has contests throughout the year for kids, and, you know, last couple of years, winners of, you know, coloring contests and maybe like short essays would be to then be, you know, a co-grand marshal in the parade. So we do lots of things to involve the community.
Well, I'll tell you, I find it really amazing that it takes all year to put this thing on for 3 hours.
I know.
That'll make me crazy.
I know, right?
So what other charities, if you don't mind, do you donate to?
So we have donated to other service dog charities in the past. What we have found in humane societies, and what we found is that what we wanted was somebody that we knew would, well, first of all, we loved how you communicated with us. You have great communication, and we knew that, you know, we could get excited about knowing an actual individual who was going to be getting, you know, the benefit of our donation,
Right.
and be able to sort of follow that story.
And you can see them, and here's what we do, when you sponsor a dog with us, you'll be able to see and follow them. We have, of course, our K9 for Veterans page, but we also have a K9 for Veterans training center, where we actually put videos of the dogs
cool.
in training. We show everybody, you know, a training class, what the veterans are doing, how they train, pictures of the veterans at home with their dog. You know, we put it out there.
Yeah.
So people can actually take an interest in watching these service
Right.
dogs progress. It's not just, you know, no, we put the actual videos out of our training class.
Yeah.
And our trainers are excellent at it, and I'm really proud of our trainers. They do a great job. And like I said, we put it out there because a lot of people like to see the transformation from when we start a pup out with basic skills to intermediate skills to advanced skills, and then moving to the PTSD training.
Yeah.
I mean, they really
It's
like
impressive.
keeping up with, you know, with a certain dog, or they take an interest in that and stuff like that. And when I told our veteran that you guys are going to sponsor, and his name is Brian, by the way, and Brian, real short, when I had just got back from picking up some dogs from the Southwest Humane Society in Missouri, who we've got a number of dogs from, little plug for them out there. I brought back a boxer and a Labradoodle. Well, Brian had seen the posting out there of the boxer, and unbeknownst to Brian, he started posting on our posting that, oh God, I love that boxer. It's just an awesome looking dog, and you know, is there any chance I can get the dog? You know, and we don't tell anybody anything. You know, they have to bond with the dog and stuff. So when we actually gave him the dog, this guy, he just
Lit up.
He just, you know, and to see the bond between these two guys, you know, the dog and him, it was just amazing. And that's what I think says most about what we do. It's to see the transformation from getting that service dog to where they were before. You know, how unbelievable these dogs make a difference in their life. And again, the Range Pet Parade, if it wasn't for you guys making that donation, now we're able to help another veteran that we don't have to worry about, you know, supplying money for, you know, adoption fees, medical fees, food, and, you know, grooming and supplies.
It's got to add up.
Oh my God, and like your organization, we depend on donations. What do you think you like best about what you do? I know we all have something that we enjoy doing. The best part of the parade for you is what?
Well, the best part of the parade is just knowing that the whole day is going to be filled with fun and family and excitement, and there's just a guarantee that that's going to happen.
Right.
On the first Saturday in June at 9 o'clock.
That's
in
amazing.
Downtown LaGrange.
John, what about you?
Yeah, I'd say it's one of those where you do hold your breath. You know, you hold your breath until it happens,
Oh, I
and
know.
you're just like, especially with the 73 years, it's only rained a handful of times.
John, you keep saying that.
I know, but come on, you gotta give that the
We'll
plug,
keep
and,
it
you know
on
that,
that.
and so you
Right.
you sit there and you hold your breath and and hope that the rain clouds don't come.
Well, in closing, because we only have a minute or so left, I'd like to really thank the Grange Pet Parade for the donation you made to sponsor this service dog, and for you, Lindsey and John, for being our guest tonight and letting people know about what the parade is all about, and about how you help K9, because that was truly a gift, and it was unexpected. When I got your call, I went, whoa,
Yeah.
this is good, you know? So I wanna.
Thank you, Mike, too,
Oh,
for
yeah,
having
it's-
us on.
Yeah,
We
it's our
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
So again, if you'd like to make a donation, Lindsey, tell them where to go.
LaGrangePetParade.org.
And that's their website. Feel free to go out there and look at it, get involved with it, bring your kids out there. It's a day of family fun and enjoyment for the entire family. So please, go to their website, check them out. It's just a great organization, it really is. Thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
Thanks.